Welcome back to Mona's Take. I am your host, Mona Rose, and we're here to talk about everything reality TV. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything we've got coming up. Today's episode, Big Brother Live Feeds, night number 5. We're going to go over what happened yesterday after the renom ceremony, the veto ceremony, and what went on overnight after that. So let's get right into it. People are acting on a whole nother level on that. So can't wait to see that karma train coming through. Choo-choo. Mood of the day. Really? You gotta give us more credit than that. Some people, buckle up, buttercup. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. This is a spoiler. If you do not want to know what's going on before the show Wednesday night, pause this, come back and watch it after the show. But make sure you come back after the show and watch it. And let me know what you think. This is spoiler. We're talking about everything that's going on live feeds. Just let everybody know. I've had a few people say, you didn't say it was a spoiler alert. It's a spoiler alert. Alright. So they had the veto ceremony yesterday. Michael took himself off and Daniel had to do the replacement nominee. He did put Taylor up, and it sounds as if though his speech was letting her know that she had rubbed people the wrong way in the house and that she had hurt a couple of people in the house, and that he was going to give her an opportunity to figure out what that was, that it wasn't his place to say. But this was an opportunity for her to make everything right. She was crying. The feeds came back on. Guess who the first person is that goes and grabs her up and just consoles her like her best friend? Yep, Paloma. Crying tears and everything. It was disgusting. I swear at that point, I've never wanted to be able to just scream into that room. I did scream at my computer, but they didn't hear me. Once I'd like them to hear me. But she was telling her that she's crying. She's saying, I know this hurts. I know this sucks. It's so bad. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. If I am the only friend that you have in this house, I'm letting you know I'm here for you. I feel for you. I know your heart. That is her saying, I know your heart. She knows everybody's heart evidently in the house. And one thing I noticed is that as she's doing this, and I started watching afterwards to see if it was just me injecting my personal opinion into the situation, or if it was actually going on. It's actually going on. As Paloma's crying tears, she's telling her, we're not actresses. These are real feelings. I love you. But every other word, she's looking right into the camera. Like, I'm looking at you, you're Taylor. I'm talking to you right now. Every other word was looking up at the camera and continuing to talk, and then look back down at Taylor and start consoling her again. She's doing that with everyone. They may not show it on the TV. We'll see if they show any of that. You guys pay attention. But she's talking to the cameras. She's not talking to the person in front of her. Everything she does is playing up to the cameras. So, she tells her that, let's see, I want to get this right. She says, if you have one friend in this game, it's me. I'm here for you. Are you freaking kidding me? All of this is because of her. But she's the only friend Taylor has in this game? like I said, all the time she's looking behind Taylor at the cameras. She says, it's not about the money. I haven't even thought about the money since I've been in here. I'm thinking about the relationships that I'm building, and I love all of you, and I know your heart. I know you're a good person, and this shouldn't be happening. And then she goes to double down, and well, Alyssa joins the conversation at this point. She doesn't say anything. She's just listening. Paloma doubles down and says, every year on Big Brother, people get bullied and hate, and she doesn't deserve that. I'm really hoping that Alyssa starts to see through Paloma. Taylor says that she doesn't know what she's apologizing for and is blaming herself for hurting people. She's wanting to know who she hurt. She's like, I make it a point in my life to empower people and not tear people down. And if I've hurt somebody, that I need to find out who that person is or those people are, because he alluded to several, and find out what I did to them so that we can make amends. It was breaking my heart. I mean, she was in full tear mode. And at the same time, or maybe a little bit after this, Monty is in the have-not room with Joseph. And he says that he told Paloma, maybe we need to go talk to Taylor together and air everything out. And Paloma does what she always does. Oh, no, there's no sense in that. I'll go talk to her. There's no sense in all three of us sitting down. She doesn't want people getting together and comparing notes. So in any alliance she's in, I'll be the spokesperson. We don't need to all be in the room together. I'll let everybody know what's going on. Give me a break. But anyway, Monty's questioning why Paloma felt the need to go talk to Taylor alone. Was she throwing him under the bus? So he started questioning her loyalty and her truthfulness a little bit. He's talking to Joseph, and then Michael comes in, and Joseph is telling him, you need to get Paloma to repeat her story. And if she doesn't repeat her story in front of other people, and not just you, because if it's just you and her, it's he said, she said. But if you have witnesses there and she doesn't want to repeat what she said, that, you know, she doesn't want to deny that she was never going after the strong guys or whatever, then that will prove her to be the liar. I'm like, please, Lord, let this go down before Thursday night, if this is the case. Amir, a little bit later, or I guess while this conversation is going on, Brittany, Amir, and Taylor are upstairs in the little pool room. And Taylor's like, I just really don't know what I did. You know, did I hurt either one of you? Did I do anything to make you uncomfortable? If so, please tell me so that I can fix it, you know? And Amir comes out and asks her, did you tell Monty that Paloma was coming after him? And Taylor says, God, no. She said, I was downstairs with the girls. I heard some of the girls talking about all the guys being together all the time and how they probably have an alliance and they're going to come after the girls. And they were all freaking out. And since Paloma's the loudest of the group, I went to Monty and I told Monty, the girls are thinking that you guys have some kind of big alliance up here because you're always up here together. And they're afraid that y'all are coming after them. And you might want to talk to Paloma about it. So Taylor told him to go talk to Paloma. But it was in the sense of, hey, dude, you might be in jeopardy. You need to make some conversations. You need to make an attempt to be more open to everyone, not just the guys. And you need to go talk to Paloma and maybe reel her in. And so you have somebody in that girl's group that's got your back. And I thought, okay, either Taylor's lying or Monty's lying. Well, at the same time, I flipped back to the conversation with Monty, Joseph, and Michael. And Monty says the same exact thing that Taylor said. Paloma never said she was coming after him. What Taylor said to him was, the girls are nervous that you guys are forming an alliance and that y'all are coming after the girls. And you might want to go talk to Paloma. And so he said the same exact thing. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Well, then Paloma took that. Of course, Monty, went to Paloma and said, are you coming after me? And that's not what Taylor meant. Well, then Paloma ran with it. So right now, Brittany is in lifesaver mode. She is really concerned about what this backstage twist is going to be. She's afraid that they may have to all 5 compete, and the 2 last ones are going to be the ones on the block. Because there's only 2 seats for nominees. There's not 3 seats for nominees. Normally, if they're going to have a 3rd nominee on something like that, they have like a long sofa love seat thing there. And they don't. So she's saying it's not going to be a 3rd nominee. So they're trying to think of different scenarios, and she's just running crazy about what's going to happen. So she says, I don't have a vote. I can't promise anybody anything because of the backstage twist. I have nothing to offer anyone. And then she says, well, if I can get some information to get good favor with people, or especially Pooch, because what everybody is thinking is that Pooch is going to be able to replace one of the nominees with one of the backstage girls. And so she's trying to make sure that she's good with Pooch. And then she's trying to make sure she's good with everybody else for votes if it's a vote situation. So she hears the girls talking, and they're saying that if they get HOH, that they need to put up Pooch and Turner. And even if they don't get HOH, they need to get whoever gets HOH to put those 2 up. So Brittany runs back to Pooch and says, I've got some information to offer you. I'm here for you. Out of the 3 of us, I'm here by myself. Alyssa and Paloma are a pair. Who would you rather have, a pair or someone's going to have your back? Yada, yada, yada. And says your name has come up. And he says, I'm sure it has. I figured with me having the backstage pass this week that my name's come up several times. And so they have that little talk. And then Brittany talks to Taylor. And she basically told her about Turner telling everybody that she rolled her eyes when he left a dish in the sink or something to that effect. Because Taylor's still wondering, what did I do wrong? Where did I hurt people? What did I say? She also tells her that Paloma's the one who took the rumor and ran and started everybody else in the house, mob mentality, to jump on board, So she says, just remember that, yeah, Monty told her that, but she took it and she ran, and she's the one running through the house planting all these seeds. I just want you to be aware of that. So Brittany's giving her information. I'm afraid she may be shooting herself in the foot if she's giving out too much information and she gets caught. But right now she feels like that's all she has. And the final, the talk everybody's been waiting on. Monty and Taylor finally get in a room together alone and have a discussion. And Monty says, okay, I'm going to tell you what I think happened. And then if you have a different perspective, then you can tell me. So he tells her exactly what she said, and that he couldn't figure out why she was coming to him dropping names when they haven't even talked game, and that he took it as Paloma was coming after him, or the girls were coming after him. And Taylor said, no, that's not what I meant. She's like, when I said that it's because I was trying to keep peace between the girls and the guys because I could see it heading to girls on one side of the house and boys on the other side of the house, and that they were going to be going after each other, and I didn't want that. So I told Monty to go talk to Paloma so that kind of squash that talk. And so they agree that it was a misunderstanding. Taylor apologizes to him for not being more specific in what she was trying to say. He apologizes to her for taking it the wrong way and taking it to Paloma. He's like, but you told me to go talk to Paloma. And she did, but she meant go try to get on Paloma's good side so that your name is not one of those they're mentioning. Taylor's making her rounds. She's asking everybody, did I do anything to hurt you? Did I do anything to rub you the wrong way? If so, please tell me so that I can fix it. Now, I can tell just by yesterday watching this, I don't call it information tour maybe. You know, she's gaining all this information from different people. Watching this, I can tell who is going to be brutally honest, because they are completely honest with her. Her and Joseph have a good talk. And Joseph tells her, you know, sometimes things that you say might be perceived the wrong way. You know, you've got a dry sense of humor and you're kind of an introvert, so you don't show a lot of emotion, so therefore people think that you're, you know, bitchy or whatever. And he said, but to me personally, no, you've not done anything to me. I know you don't rub me the wrong way. I really, truly like you. So there's no apology needed here. She asked, Jasmine, and I didn't see this part. I just heard them talking afterwards because it didn't show it. But evidently she talked to Jasmine, and Jasmine told her, don't ask me who I'm going to vote for unless you really want to know the answer, because I'm going to be 100% honest with you. And if you don't like my response, then that's not, you know, not on me, it's on you, because I'm warning you. Don't ask the question you don't want to know 100% truth to. But she never said anything about hurting Jasmine or offending Jasmine or anything like that in any of the stuff that she's talked about. So I don't know exactly what went down in that combo. Daniel and Nicole talk, and Nicole is warning Daniel about the guys, specifically Monty. Daniel says that Taylor called, when she brings this up, she's like, I'm really worried. You really got to watch the guys, especially Monty. I don't trust him. I don't think what he's saying adds up. And at that point, you can see the look of worry on Daniel's face, like, did I just screw up? And he says, well, I don't care if she called Jasmine fat, and if she called Jasmine fat, then she needs to go. I've never heard anybody say, and I may have missed it in some of the live feeds, that she called Jasmine fat, but I don't see that. That's not Taylor's personality. Taylor is not looking to tear somebody down or hit them in their weakest spot. That's just not who she is. So I'm going to be watching for more of that talk and see what actually happened. Daniel's convinced that Taylor's lying. Nicole says everyone's lying, Daniel. Daniel's worried that if all three of his nominees stay in the house this week, that he's going home. If this twist somehow saves Nicole and Terrence, then his HOH would have been for nothing, and he's got all this blood on his hands for nothing. and everybody in the house is going to be coming after him. And Nicole's like, no, dude, I'm not going to let that happen. He's like, well, I'm glad that you have faith that that's not going to happen. But, you know, I'm scared. Nicole tells him that she doesn't trust Paloma anymore. She says every time I walk in a room, she walks out, or if I'm in a room, she doesn't speak to me. She's like, tonight I'm in the bathroom by myself brushing my teeth. She comes in, she sits down on the couch and is acting like she's meditating. And she's like, she doesn't say a word to me, she doesn't speak to me, but as soon as one of the guys walk in, she said she's all talkative. And she's like, she's avoiding me. She won't talk to me. And Daniel said, why? And she said, I don't know. Something bigger is going on, I'm telling you, Daniel. And she's like, I don't know what it is, but something bigger is going on. Well, there's a lot going on that you and Daniel don't know. Like the alliances of the girls. Like Monty telling them about the Oasis. About all the little alliances that have already been made that he's not part of and that she's not part of. So yes, there's a lot going on they don't know. After she leaves, Daniel, you can tell that he's distraught. He feels so bad and he's flipping out, freaking out. You know, all three of these people stay in. I'm going, I don't know how to get around this. Did I just like screw up? And he's like, well, I trust Monty for now. He said, I don't think that he would come after me, so I trust him for now. And he says that Amir is just there to F shit up. And then he says Paloma's slowly losing her mind, and that he either has to rein her in or he's going to have to start distancing himself from her. And I said that when you come in hot and heavy like that, people start talking, people start seeing that you're talking with everybody, and they'll start not trusting you. So Paloma may be the next one in trouble. He says that Pooch and Turner are trying to form a guys alliance and he's not happy with it. But if he says no to it, then he's going to be the first guy to go, and he doesn't want that. So he's worried about that. It's funny how once Taylor was nominated, all the Taylor bashing stopped. Like, people aren't talking bad about her. People aren't. They're still saying she's got to go. But they're not. It's not 24/7 Taylor, which is what it was before she was nominated. So we'll see if this twist this week does anything. Of course, we're probably not going to know until Thursday night, unless they have some kind of competition that I can see on the live feeds before then. But right now, they still have the backyard. So if they have the backyard, they're not set up for any competitions. It's really hard to cover this because these guys stay up all night. All night. What I've been doing is I've been going to bed about 12:30, 1 o'clock. And then when I get up in the morning, I catch up because they're sleeping. So I go back from where I left off and continue watching. And then post the video. So that's a wrap as far as last night. They're asleep right now. They have not gotten up at this point. So I will continue watching today and tonight, and I'll have another video for you tomorrow. Tell me what you think in the comments. Who are you rooting for? Who can't you stand? Well, I can't stand Paloma, but I'm not going to push my opinion on anybody else. But it is what it is. So until next time, guys, have a great day. And as always, much love.